about this. If you go look at where most quarterbacks in the NFL played college football, it's remarkable how many of the great ones did not play at college football powers. Aaron Rodgers played at Cal, Phillip Rivers, North Carolina State, Russell Wilson, North Carolina State to Wisconsin. I mean, Brady was fighting for a starting job at Michigan. He couldn't even become a full-time starter. There are very few Deshaun Watsons from Clemson. I mean, where did Patrick Mahomes go? I mean, his coach got fired. He couldn't even win with Patrick Mahomes. And the reason being is because the NFL is all about discomfort. And when you're a college quarterback at a national power like an Oklahoma or a Clemson, Ohio State, it's all about comfortable. You rarely get hit. So last week, Tua, who was comfortable in college at Alabama, great running game, great coach, great stars, NFL guys on the offensive line, he was comfortable against the Rams. He had 2 weeks to prepare. Now he gets just one against Arizona. He was home against the Rams. Now he's road against Arizona. He got a defensive touchdown, a couple of special teams touchdowns. He won't get those against Arizona. Miami's starting running back is out. Myles Gaskin. Now is a test on Tua. Last week in his college career has all been about comfort. One of the reasons I really like Kyler Murray is he has to keep burrowing through discomfort. Kyler Murray had to transfer in college. Started at once, had to transfer. Nobody babied him. Oh, okay. Then he goes to the NFL. His NFL coach has never coached in the NFL. Oh, boy, we're learning on the job same time. Then he goes to a brutal division. His defense can't stop anybody his rookie year. And there's massive pressure on him. He doesn't have Ryan Fitzpatrick to start the... No, they got rid of the quarterback so that he had to come in and play immediately. And they gave him the entire playbook. Kid, we can't stop a nosebleed. Score 30 a game. Kyler Murray, time and time again, has been put in uncomfortable situations in his life. At Texas A&M, rookie NFL coach, toughest division in football, doesn't have the defense to save him, has to start game one, and all he has done every single time is just get better and better and better. And I think this is one of my favorite picks in a long time. I love Arizona this week. I am not, as I saw it before Kyler came to the NFL, I was very cynical. He looked tiny to me. I bought in by the second game in the pros. Tua, I was totally for, but I watch his first week and I watch his college experience, and I think, God, this guy's life's just comfort. It is just all. He played at a high school in Honolulu that was a powerhouse. Wins 11 games every year. Alabama wins 11 games every year. Last week, got all sorts of help from the defense, special teams, only 8 first downs. This is really Tua's first start. 1 week on the road, now some expectations. And here's something to think about that I think is really interesting. Miami has said this is not an experiment, although we know it kind of is because they have Houston's pick. But the Miami coaches now, yes, they want to win games, but nobody's going to get fired on this Miami staff if Tua loses and they don't make the playoffs. Nobody's getting fired here. Brian Flores has been exceptional. For the first time in years, I really like everything about a coaching staff and their personnel and where they're going. They have a bad O-line. That'll get better in the next 2 years, as it should. But it'll be interesting to watch here because at some point, Brian Flores knows what I just said is right. You can't coddle anymore. This kid was power high school, power college, last week, 8 first downs, no tough throws. At some point, it's going to be interesting to see if the Miami coaching staff says, and it may only be once or twice a game, but situationally, let's throw the ball here. Let's see if he can do it. Because I think the Miami staff, knowing what they have to compete against in the NFL, which is the Burrows and the Herberts and the Lamars and by the way, the good quarterbacks, the Big Bens and the Bradys are playing longer. The Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers could play for another 8 years, and the young guys are getting better. So you cannot be average at quarterback, and you got to find out if you're any good. So watch the Miami staff this weekend. I think they're going to test Tua. He may pass with flying colors, but they're going to put him in spots to fail because that's what Arizona's been doing for a year and a half with Kyler Murray. And the reason he's a star is because he has passed, not every time. He's had bad games and bad halves, but passed with flying colors. Tua on the road against Arizona. I love the Cardinals this week. Blazing 5 top of next hour. So 2 old quarterbacks meet Drew Brees and Tom Brady. But why is one playing old and one isn't? It's not just weapons. Cincinnati and everybody in Cleveland is like, this defines us. No, I just watched you get boat raced by Pittsburgh. I'm supposed to look at that game and have any definitive opinion on Green Bay? I said yesterday, I bet this game last night. I'm like, the best bet of the week will not be my Blazing Five. It was last night. I got nothing out of this. But Green Bay likes talking. They're like Brown fans. They're Brown fans with a better pedigree. They've got some titles. They got some Lombardi trophies. It's named after a Packer. But Devontae Adams, it's all rosy and we're all great this morning.
Do you think you're at the point where you can say you're the best wide receiver in the NFL?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think that's not being conceited. That's just being confident. I think obviously what I've done and what I'm going to continue to do is going to prove that to anybody who isn't on board with that. But I truly believe that.
That's okay. That's okay. But don't take last night as the reason you're the best receiver in the NFL. That one doesn't count. You may be. You're certainly in my top 5, but last night proves nothing. This has become a franchise that looks beautiful in the summer, beautiful in camp, beautiful in early fall. December 6th against the Eagles, later in the year against Tennessee. The rest of it, it's Jags, Carolina, Detroit, bad quarterbacks. Couldn't care less. I've seen this before. This is all on the Packers. All my cynicism is because you have delivered it. A lot of yapping on the porch. I want growling. I see that in Kansas City. I see it in Pittsburgh. I still see it in Baltimore. I see it in Seattle. I don't see it in Green Bay. All right, I'll tell you the game that I'm really jacked up to watch this weekend. Of course I am. It's Tua against Kyler Murray, Miami against